This university's recognition relates directly to a life that has exemplified the highest ideals of our institution: service, wisdom, and transformative leadership. Father Hilary was born in 1934 at Tarshik. His early years were shaped by the social conditions and political turmoil of a time that was also a prelude to World War II. In those years of hardship, where resilience was not a choice but a necessity, he found joy in the simple acts of the community: playing football in the streets, queuing for Malgoliata, and learning from his aunt. From those early days, he cultivated a spirit of empathy, a deep sense of vocation, and an unwavering commitment to service that would shape his priesthood and his public life. At the age of 17, he embarked on his priestly journey within the order of St. Augustine. This took him to Rome, where he not only absorbed theological wisdom, but also the richness and satisfaction of multicultural fellowship. Father Hilary was ordained in 1958 at St. Peter's Basilica, and he returned to Malta with a vision: to be of service not only to the faithful, but also to the disadvantaged and the forgotten. His ministry was never confined to the sanctuary. It spilled into the streets, the football pitch, the television studio, and the hearts of thousands. His work at the Oratory in Malta was revolutionary. It was an uneasy time of political division and tensions with ecclesiastical institutions that Father Hilary opened his doors to all, especially the youth. He saw football not only as a physical activity of leisure, but as a pastoral tool, a way to build character, community spirit, and compassion. He firmly believed in the Latin phrase, mens sana in corpore sano, coined by the Roman poet Juvenal around the 1st century AD. Having a healthy mind and a healthy body expressed the idea that physical and mental well-being are interconnected, with physical exercise being essential for all-round health. The Saturday morning sports school became a haven for youths of all backgrounds, regardless of political creed or faith. Father Hilary pioneered a model of youth engagement that fused sport, spirituality, and social inclusion. He understood that character is not built in isolation, but within a community, and that football could be the catechism of fellowship and compassion. At this point, allow me to share a brief anecdote that captures both his humanity and his practicality. On one occasion, while driving to Coralino prison to visit an inmate, Father Hilary gave a stranger a lift. When the young man learned that they were heading towards the prison, he immediately asked him to get out of the car, a request Father Hilary honored without hesitation. Later that day, news broke out that an escaped prisoner had been spotted in the area, and it was the same young man he had encountered. Reflecting on the incident, Father Hilary remarked that even then, he would not have taken back the youth to prison, for he believed deeply in rehabilitation, compassion, and the potential for transformation rather than punishment. This simple story embodies the essence of his ethos: a belief that change is possible, that kindness matters, and that every young person deserves a chance. Father Hilary's football school, Centro Sport Educativo, was a place where young people learn not only physical skills but also values, discipline, and respect. Over the years, his involvement in sports spanned multiple roles and dimensions. He was even Malta's first priest to coach a senior football team, served as technical director of the national football teams at both senior and youth levels, and engaged for many years as a sports broadcaster and writer. He was also one of the founding members of the Malta Sports Journalism Association, which he led as president for over 17 years. However, Father Hilary never saw sport as a distraction, but as a means of formation. He understood, as Pope Francis declared in 2018, that sports can open the way to Christ in those places or environments where, for different reasons, it is not possible to announce indirectly. Father Hilary was not merely a priest. In some ways, he was a cultural architect. Founded the Millennium Chapel in Parchment, a beacon of spiritual refuge in the midst of Malta's most vibrant entertainment district. This chapel turned out to be a veritable sanctuary and oasis of peace for the troubled and vulnerable in the most unlikely of places. His work was economical in spirit, interdisciplinary in practice, and deeply human in impact. Father Hilary's life teaches us that authentic happiness lies in service, in embracing others without prejudice, and in finding beauty in the ordinary. Today, our university honors not only Father Hilary's study and personal achievements, but also his ethos and personal example. His life of service with humility was a thesis in action, and he has taught us that faith and reason are not adversaries, but allies. He has shown us that the most enduring legacy is not written in books, but in the lives we touch. On behalf of the university community, we thank you for the day. Today, we celebrate you. Today we celebrate you and we welcome you to the Fellowship of Scholars, whose work shapes the soul of our beloved nation. Thank you.
Conferment of the degree of Doctor of Social Sciences honoris causa on Reverend Father Hilary Tagliaferro. Resolution of the Senate and the Council. Whereas the University recognizes the significant contribution made by Hilary Tagliaferro for his remarkable and sustained life of service to the Maltese community, for fostering the spiritual, moral, and social advancement of many, in tandem with interest and participation in sport, and for founding and leading the Millennium Chapel project, an oasis of peace and security for the vulnerable, the disadvantaged, and the troubled. The university acclaims him a meritorious candidate for the degree of Doctor of Social Sciences honoris causa of this alma mater. Now therefore, by virtue of the powers vested in us by the law and statutes governing this university, the said distinction of Doctor of Social Sciences honoris causa is being conferred on Hilary Tagliaferro on this 21st day of November of the year of our Lord 2025. Reclarissimi candidati, laudum autoritatis universitati moderandi, Prefectus dinem te declarare che lauream sinibus decoremus. Sponsored Dr. Ivan Rioli.
Tuum conceptum magnificaret. Adducimus ut rectissimum candidatum. Omnibus laureae in sinibus. Vore institutoque maiorum. Mateon estandum qui, a consiliaris et sanitorimus cuius universitatis fidissimis presentatus, temo progabitur, tibi attributa potestate, eum doctoris in socialum scientiarum honoris causa, renunties, atque, in eisu modi, pensu coptatum, ascriptumque nomines atque eres.
Utitaque Deus exolatus verta plena, nobis attributa autoritate, te doctores in socialium scientiarum honoris causa, eo iure censeri et esse quo optimo subcreati alii, edicimus et pronunciamus, tibique omnibus honoribus, cum laurea communitis fruendi et utendi facultatem facias. Capeam collatia tibi dignitatis ornamenta, et quid illa instituto maiorum portendat in lege. Gesta secto amanc, ut norint omnes te in doctorum collegium allectum esse. Sit tibi liberalis pileus hic veluti ornamentum laureum, quo donavantur post certam victores. Quant opere verum te de dignitate adepta in totus academici cetus nomine gratulemur, testetur tibi, hic nostram plexus.
Honorary Prime Minister Dr. Robert Torneda, I usually call you Robert, Chancellor, Rector, Prorectors, members of the academic register, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is good to wear this gown for a change instead of a tracksuit. I am deeply grateful to the Rector, the Prorector, the Senate, and the Council, all those concerned for this great honor I am receiving today. I honestly say, I never in my life expected. Until a few years ago, sports was considered as a waste of time or a simple pastime. Times have changed, thank God. The great development in the athlete's physical and mental preparation, as well as the improvements in the infrastructure, has now offered young athletes and players a career at par with other professions. We are celebrating today the great advancement of sports in the technological and academic federation of preparation of athletes in all kinds of sports, so as to hail a career in sport as valid and worthwhile as any other profession. This day is a great symbol of what happened in the field of sport in Malta and all over the world in the last 50 years. The Millennium Chapel has also played an important part in our life, to help people enjoy life, to fight the scourge of drugs in our society, as it has been shouted, to help each person in a holistic way. God did not create only the body, but also the soul of each person. The oasis of peace and noisy particle is there to help each and every person. Personally, I consider today to be as the cherry on the cake of a life dedicated to young people to help them grow healthy in body, mind, and spirit. Once again, I thank Director, Professor Hilary, Directors, Frank Zima, the Senate, and the Council. Thank you.